Hi, I'm Kami. I haven't introduced myself in a while. If you're new here, my background is in nursing. I am a military trained nurse. I went through a spiritual awakening in 2017, and now I help people heal their bodies and themselves on their own. I have a lot of information in this video today. This is going to be an activation and a clearing, but before I start, I want to kind of talk to you a little bit about how I got to this information because it is juicy and potent and I cannot wait to share it with you. So when I started doing sessions with clients and I could tap into their energetic field, one of the things that I was noticing is that when I was scanning their body energetically, I could do it, a distance healing, like I could do it over Zoom or in person. But when I'm scanning somebody's body, I could tap in to memory, some memories that they were being stored in their bodies, whether they were aware of this or not. And so I would scan over it, and then the memory, whatever they were storing, would play out in my mind, and then I could tell them about it and we could have this connection and this clearing. But I sat with that for a while and I'm like, I understand that we store trauma in our bodies, but like how? On a more like scientific approach, like how are we doing this? Because it doesn't like quite make sense to me of how this memory is being stored within the cell and I am able to tap into it and recover a memory. So I started making this correlation that we are holding time within our cells. And because these memories that we're creating are being stored in our body in such a way, it is also anchoring us in to time and time loops. And so I've been sitting with this information for a while. I couldn't quite put all the pieces together of how this was all working together. But through the magic of this app and through some other creators that were just delivering their own information, I was actually able to put the puzzle pieces together to lock in this information and to present it to you today. And so I want to just give a shout out to those other creators. I wanted to tag Tosh. She is my absolute favorite and I love her so much. And the other creator was very unknowingly helping me. This is Zeke the Terabyte, and I will also tag him. His video was more about age reversal, and I definitely encourage you to go watch that. But that video gave me the missing pieces to this puzzle that I am sharing with you today. So we are going to be releasing time anchors and time loops through cellular memory clearing. And I want to talk to you a little bit about the functionality of the cell. The two specific areas that we are going to be focusing on today is the mitochondria and the nucleus of the cell, because this is where the potent information is. I'm going to be reading off my notes. Okay, so the nucleus of the cell is the largest organelle within the cell, within the human cell, and it houses the majority of the genetic material. The nucleus controls gene expression and facilitates the replication of DNA during the cell cycle. The mitochondria, I have talked about before, is responsible for producing the cell's chemical energy. It is considered the powerhouse of the cell. So you can see how these two things would be very important if we're wanting to release time. This is where it's being stored within the cell. Okay, if you are ready, I want you to take a deep breath in, ground your energy, just settle it within your body. I'm going to connect to your energy. 3, 2, 1. Connect. I want you to place your right hand over your thalamus. I want you to imagine the cells in your body, one giant cell. There's a picture on the screen. And I want you to state, I release all time anchors. I return to biological clarity. My cells do not carry expired versions of me. All time loops and time stamps are released at this time. 3, 2, 1, activate. Cell biological clarity. Return to pure form. I want you to imagine vapor coming off these cells as it releases. 3, 2, 1, activate. New time loops, new time anchors are being established at this time. Take a deep breath in. I want you to imagine all of the density within the cell being drained out, and you're draining out your inner cellular stagnancy. It's coming all out of you throughout your whole body. It is draining. My cells return to biological clarity. You can say this many times. Watch this video as much as you want. It's going to help you each time. My cells return to biological clarity. I no longer carry these timestamps and time loops. I have returned to divine truth and the divine golden path in front of me. There is no longer time loops holding me into this reality. And so it is.